Hey there, Alex here. It's been about 3 months since I last reviewed the Galaxy Note 10, and since then, the prices of the phone has gone down quite a bit, and I've had the chance to play with other flagship devices. So let's take another quick look at the Galaxy Note 10 and see how it's holding up. In terms of design, after seeing what Apple and Google have to offer, I'm actually appreciating how the phone looks even more than I did before. It would have been great to have a matte finish on the rear, but I can just use a skin. What I can't change is how the camera bump looks, and the one on the Note 10 looks so much nicer. In terms of how the phone is like to use, the Note 10 still provides a largely enjoyable experience. First of all, the screen still looks real nice. I know the resolution isn't that high, but I don't really mind it. At normal viewing distance, it still looks great. It might not have 90Hz refresh rate like the Pixel 4, but it's able to get bright enough outdoors. Personally, I'll take better brightness over 90Hz any day of the week. Even though I'm using the Exynos variant of the Note 10, which isn't as good as the Snapdragon variant, I have no issues with performance in day-to-day use and the games that I play on it. Battery life is still just average, but unless I'm using the phone heavily on mobile data, I can get a day of use out of the phone most of the time. Software experience is still pretty good so far, and like I mentioned in my previous review, I actually do like One UI. I think the design is pretty nice, it has a lot of useful features and customization options, and the general performance of the UI is decent. It's definitely not as clean or fast as something like Oxygen OS, but I think it's good enough. It's still on Android 9, but other than the new permissions management, I'm not really missing much. Even for gesture navigations, I can install the One Hand Operation Plus app to get the swipe to go back gesture. Anyway, let's talk about camera snakes. And not much has changed here. Samsung has provided a decent set of cameras that performs well enough in most situations. They don't really stand out when it comes to image quality, but it's definitely still above average. For video recording, I think it's actually nicer than even the Pixel 4, not just in terms of quality, but also features. Granted, I don't really use 4K 60 frames per second recording or the super slow motion capture that much, but it's still nice to have those options. Anyway, I'll have a link in the description below with everything I took with the phone, so you guys can see for yourself whether it's good enough for your needs. Overall, like a lot of recent Samsung devices, the Note 10 provides a really well-rounded experience. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is just the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. It still works fine most of the time, but that's after adding the same finger twice, which is a little lame. But aside from that, it comes with all the features that you would expect from a flagship phone, and then some. Even though I don't really use the S Pen much other than doodling with it from time to time, it's still a pretty unique feature. The Note 10 is not the best when it comes to cameras, software experience, or performance, but it does all those things well enough, while still providing a really complete set of features. Unless you really need a headphone jack or micro SD card slot, then of course the S10 is still a better choice. Those are not deal breakers for me, and I do like the design of the Note 10 a bit more. So yeah, 3 months later and after the prices have gone down a bit, the Note 10 is an easy phone to recommend to most folks. It's probably my favorite phone of the year as well, considering I'm a sucker for smaller phones and have been wanting a smaller Galaxy Note for a while now. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. Thanks again, and see you guys on the next one.